Hello, diarive, bonjour, salve, and welcome to History and Language with Seán Thomas Kane. My name is Seán, and today we're going to be talking about the Latin in modern English. Now, English is a fascinating language in that it has had so many influences and has adopted a great number of forms and styles from other languages in the 1500 years that it has existed. While English is a West Germanic language, and at its heart English has so many Germanic features, it has also been so heavily influenced by the Romance languages, especially Latin and French, that some have called English a hybrid Germanic Romance language. Latin has been one of the strongest influencers of English, though through both Latin's role as the liturgical language of Western Christianity during the Middle Ages and today in the Catholic Church, as well as Latin's role as the language of the Roman Empire, whose presence can still be felt across the Mediterranean and in Western Europe where it once ruled. Today, many Latin words have been adopted into English, from via and campus to the Latinate English words like canine and feminine. If we were to use purely Germanic-rooted words instead of canine and feminine, we might say dog-like and womanly, words that don't have quite the same scientific or proper sound as their Latinate alternatives. For many Latinate words in English, we give them the same old s plural ending that is standard in English. Yet, even that comes originally from Latin, via French, though with some words, like campuses, we tend to tack on the English plural ending, es, despite the s already being there. Then there's a whole class of irregular Latinate nouns that have come into English, but, for whatever reason, kept their original Latin endings. Words like the originally Greek hippopotamus, which, after being adapted by Latin, is, as an English plural, becomes hippopotami, or hippopotami. I've noticed that many of these Latin words that have kept their Latin forms in English tended in Latin to be either masculine or neuter, and very rarely feminine. It's not often that you'll hear someone refer to a group of orchestras as orchestrae, but more common that you'll hear a group of curriculums referred to as curricula, as is proper in more formal English and in Latin. So, if we stick with these rules, then professional baseball is played not in stadiums, but in stadia, or stadia. These forms have been around for quite some time, but in general they aren't taught. I only realized that they were there after studying Latin and ancient Greek, while writing a master's thesis about Irish language curricula. For many people, the plural has become the singular, so it's often forgotten that the singular of criteria is criterion, and that in a very formal, admittedly almost unused speech, the plural of museum is musea. Even my spell check didn't get the last one. Whether we like it or not, there is a great deal of Latin in English today. We may not necessarily follow all of the Latin patterns and rules that have, over the centuries, been adopted into English, but they're still there nevertheless. And personally, I like these. They add a bit of extra flavor into my writing. So, do you follow these rules, or do they seem outdated and out of place in English? Is English too complicated and irregular? And for those of you learning English, how do English plurals mirror those from your own languages? Let me know in the comments below, and please be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with other people. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, and have a nice day.